Hey, what's going on, guys? Archer Mark here, and I'm back with another figure review. Today I have another Marvel Legends figure. This is more of a comic version of Ant-Man, and it is the Walgreens exclusive figure. This is the third version of Ant-Man, Eric O'Grady, or at least the third man to take on the mantle of Ant-Man. Very cool figure. I like the color scheme and different articulation, different body mold that was used in the movie version. We'll give you a closer look, of course, real quick. Let's get on to the packaging, just go over this. It's pretty basic. Again, Marvel Ant-Man logo. You have the ant there. You got your bubble. Marvel Legends Infinite Series. It just says Ant-Man and Hasbro logo. And here we have on both sides there's images of these ants just scurrying along. It's very cool artwork. And on the back, doesn't show any other figures, anything like that, because this is just this one Walgreens exclusive figure. And you get a really great shot there. Marvel Legends logo and Ant-Man logo. And it just says Ant-Man. With his amazing technology, Eric O'Grady shrinks to become the half-inch superhero Ant-Man. So there you go. There's the packaging. There's no build-a-figure parts or anything like that. No other accessories. This is just the figure. But it's a pretty good figure. I'll give you a look here. Again, obviously this is very different from the movie version. This is more of a comic version, but you have the same basic color scheme, black and red, just done differently. This uses the Amazing Spider-Man 2 figure body mold. Again, different from the movie version. This one nicely sculpted and painted, of course. A lot of thing with Marvel Legends figures, if you want to try, if there are several on the pegs, to go through them, make sure find one with the cleanest paint apps. And I went through several, and this was the cleanest one overall. So really nice. Just want to give you every little angle, try and give you every look. I love the belt buckle here. It looks really cool in the middle. No other extra details around. It's just plain, just black strap there. But the buckle looks nice. The helmet is really cool. Really nicely sculpted, like the antenna. The antenna are kind of a flexible plastic, but they don't feel like they're going to snap off. It's not overly brittle, but not so rubbery that they just feel flimsy looking. I like that. Very cool. Again, we see the nose and mouth, which we saw in the movie version, but this is, I guess, more accurate to the comic, which is good. Here you see like little dabs of paint underneath, kind of like the mouthpiece of the helmet and kind of the eyes on the helmet, which looks very cool. Again, okay, here's one minor gripe with the paint, just that maybe this area could have used a second coat, because you could see a little bit of bleeding of the black through the red, but not a huge deal to me. Again, as long as you find one where it's not all scratched up or anything like that. This is definitely, you can see, more of a slender, lankier build on this guy as compared to here's the movie version, and it's a little thicker, just a different build overall. So just to compare that. And articulation on this guy is really great. Again, using that Spider-Man mold, which is a really good mold, and I think is a good choice for this figure as well. And the articulation was just done really well on this. Had some problems with the Spider-Man one. Some of the joints just not working as well as, but this one is just really done well. The joints are tight where they need to be and a little loose where they need to be as well. So we'll go over that in just a moment here. In fact, right now, the head is, you have this great range of motion. It's so fluid. Look how much he looks down that much. He can really look up. You got left and right. Just such a great fluid motion in the head. So that's really well done. The arms, you have ball joints here. So they move up and down like this, and forward and back. And you do also have the armpit joint, which gives you even more movement, so you can really get a great range of motion. Not always a fan of this because I feel like it's like you're gonna maybe break the arm a little when you're moving it around. Like it doesn't seem to, it kind of hinders when you're trying to move the arm up. I feel maybe that kind of gets in the way, but I guess for a character like this, it's worth having. You do have the upper bicep swivel and double hinge joints at the elbows. The arms are on a swivel and hinge joints there, so great range of motion there. You have the ab crunch here, which he goes down 2 full notches. He's got great range there. He can move back a great bit. He has a swivel at the waist. The hips move out a decent amount. You have upper thigh swivel. You have kicks that far. There's great range of motion there. Doesn't kick back too much, but you get everywhere else. You have double hinge joints at the knees, hinge joints at the ankles, and you do have the ankle pivot. So that's really tight. So he doesn't have too much trouble standing up, you know, as long as you get him positioned right. So great articulation, very fluid, and just works really well on that. So overall, I think it's a great figure, and I'm glad I picked it up. At the time, it was like I hadn't found the other Ant-Man yet. I wanted at least one Ant-Man in my collection. I just happened to find this one first. May not be an essential figure for some people, but I'm glad I picked it up because I think it looks really cool. I'm not overly familiar with this version of Ant-Man, but the figure itself I think is really great. As you can see, you know, again, the paint scheme and the articulation is really done well. It just really fits. Be nice if there were some sort of accessories with this guy, but other than that, it's still a great figure. Certainly worth picking up if you could find them, hopefully at your local Walgreens. Or at least the Walgreens I found them in, there was like 10 or so in the like the shipper box. So hopefully he's not too hard to find. You know, sometimes these store exclusive figures, especially the Walgreens exclusive figures that have been coming over the past couple years, have been a little tricky to find and not always hitting every store. So good luck finding this guy if you want him. As usual, comment, rate, subscribe. Hope you enjoyed this review. And until my next video, so long and have a good day.